Live from our Coronation Park studios in Bamane, it has just gone 10 o'clock Central Africa time. Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. Brought to you by Eswatini television. I'm Sanapo Ingoan alongside Stelo Gnen on sign language. Great to have you with us. We begin here first. Your headlines tonight. His Majesty King Eswatini III is in Japan, where he will join other leaders at the 9th International Conference on African Development, TICAD 9. On behalf of government and the nation, the Prime Minister Russell Dlamini has congratulated His Majesty King Eswatini III for being elected as the Deputy Chairperson of SADC Troika organ. And in sports, the Prime Minister Russell Dlamini has handed over the King's baton relay to the Republic of Malawi. Good evening. The news in detail will begin here. Our first story. His Majesty King Eswatini III is in Japan, where he will join other leaders at the 9th International Conference on African Development, TICAD 9. His Majesty was warmly received in Haneda International Airport by the Japan TICAD 9 designated ambassador, His Excellency Matsunaga Kizayoshi. The King leads a high-powered delegation comprising the Royal Highnesses and ministers.
After a highly successful working visit to Madagascar, His Majesty King Eswatini III has arrived in Japan, where he will participate in the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development. His Majesty the King and Inkosikati Magela Matsebula were warmly received by the Japan TICAD 9 ambassador, His Excellency Matsunaga Kazuyoshi, upon arrival at Haneda International Airport. His Majesty leads a high-level delegation comprising Their Royal Highnesses Prince Longokela, Princess Sipila and Chief Sigeza Dlamini of Ngqina. The cabinet ministers accompanying the King are the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Senator Polile Shakantu, the Minister of Economic Planning and Development, Dr. Tambo Gina, and the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Senator Manqoba Khumalo. The TICAD conference was established by the government of Japan in 1993 in partnership with the United Nations, the African Union, the United Nations Development Programme and the World Bank. The ambassador of the Kingdom of Eswatini to the African Union, His Excellency Mahlaba Mamba, says the conference will provide participating countries with an opportunity to present development projects to Japan for potential support.
It is Japan njengabantu on an equal partnership singani lekelela ngakuphi siniside ngakuphi lokho kufaka tonke tinhlangothi letifaka nje lokuyintuthuko ku-Afrika lekudzingako tekulima temfundo nisini technology kodwa ngeSiswati tebuchwephesha cishe konke lokho iAfrika lenyalo ikudzinga ikakhulukazi lakangwane leliphokophele kwekuthi lifuna kufika esigabeni sekuba live nalo lelithuthukile. Lo mhlangano ke lo iJapan ngoba yona seyisembili ngetekuthuthuka, it's an industrialized nation. Inawo futhi lama resources.
The ambassador says His Majesty the King will emphasize peace as the foundation of Africa's development.
Leti tekuphepha nekusimama kwelive kwemhlaba kweAfrika ngiko lokunye leyitawufika ingwenyama ibethele kona ukuthi la kangwane liphila siphi yini lelingathi ithekela embili.
Set to open on Wednesday, the conference will run under the theme Co-creating Innovative Solutions with Africa. The ministers accompanying His Majesty the King will participate in various activities aligned with their respective portfolios as the conference will address multiple aspects of development. This has been a news report by Sandile Makanya and Tabiso Dlamini, reporting from Yokohama, Japan.
On behalf of government and the nation, the Prime Minister Russell Dlamini has congratulated His Majesty King Mswati III for being elected as the Deputy Chairperson of the SADC Troika organ.
On behalf of His Majesty's government, I extend our warmest congratulations to His Majesty King Mswati III on his appointment as Deputy Chairperson of the SADC organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation, Troika. This esteemed role heralds His Majesty's upcoming position as the incoming chairperson of the Troika next year, further underscoring his enduring commitment to regional stability and peace. His Majesty's leadership in advancing Africa's peace and security agenda is both historic and exemplary, as demonstrated during his tenure as Troika chairperson from 2010 to 2011. His visionary interventions during that period remain a testament to his dedication to fostering peace and security across the continent. This appointment coincides with Eswatini's recent election as a member of the African Union Peace and Security Council, representing the Southern Africa region, a further affirmation of the nation's pivotal role as a champion of peace and security in Africa. Once again, we congratulate His Majesty the King on this well-deserved recognition of his wise and noble leadership, which continues to inspire both the region and the global community.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Thutsile Dladla, has applauded doctors from the Mbabane Government Hospital for a successful operation they conducted on a 10-year-old girl who had difficulty in walking.
A 10-year-old girl from Spofaneni was seen by social welfare officers from the Deputy Prime Minister's office struggling to walk. The officers informed the Deputy Prime Minister Thutsile Dladla, who solicited help from the Ambassador of the Republic of China on Taiwan. The ambassador instructed doctors from the Republic of China on Taiwan to conduct an operation on the child at the Mbabane Government Hospital. Upon diagnosis, doctors discovered that the girl was suffering from a bound disease. On Tuesday, the Deputy Prime Minister, alongside the Ambassador of Taiwan, Jeremy Liang, visited the child. The DPM applauded the team of doctors who operated the girl for a job well done.
Sicela kubonga kakhulu etihlotsheni tethu tase-Taiwan nehulumende wethu wakangwane kulesibhedlela ngekusilungisela emaswati ethu ukuthi nawo abe nalo liso lekulungisa kugula lokunjengaloku. Sethembe ukuthi singihulumende sitawuchubeka sibe nawo lama experts ebodokotela bethu abaspecializile ema-specialists kuletindzawo letehlukene lelive litokhona ukuthi likhule lindlondlobale kute kuphila.
The Ambassador Jeremy Liang says they will continue to collaborate with government to ensure that specialists are always available in the kingdom.
The operation went very, very well. We are very happy. We give the kid, the girl, a bright future. In few months' time, she can walk like a normal kid.
Dr. Melosi Smilane explains the child's condition.
Ngoba lokugula kwemntwana lokho sikubita ngathi i-Blount's diseases. Usually kuba la kule ngathini kuma-tibia la kuqaleni kwakhona la mathambo ayagobana endetigwegce njengebantwana but kona kwehlukile nalama lokugula lokwetigwegce esikujwayele kuthiwa ama-rickets. Kona kuba lapha proximal tibia la kuqaleni la kuqala amathambo khona kuthiwa nakhona ayagobana la mathambo lekuqaleni bese sekulimata nale growth plate bathole ukuthi lamathambo sende so kakhulu. Lokho kuyavama lokulungiseka na umthole asesemncane. Siyakhona kubenda njengoba ngeke nabone wadini khona labanye nje besibendile labanye sebamile ekhokhathi insini. Labo le operation yasimthola amncane iba incane ayiba inkulu but nasesimthola amdzala njengabo 10 years sengilapho khona sekudzinga ukuthi silijube lethambo sil-align kahle ukuze atawukhona kubuyela ahambe. But nasemncane nje siversify ama plate simniyeke lakhulu ezakhula bese liyacorrectela lona.
The successful operation of the child is testament that Eswatini is able to have homegrown specialists in different fields. Reporting, I'm Linton Kule in Babane.
Now, students from the Eswatini Medical Christian University have grievances as lecturers have downed tools. This is according to the university's SRC president, Andile Lawson, when they wanted to submit a petition at the Ministry of Education.
On Tuesday, students from the Eswatini Christian University went to the Ministry of Education to deliver a petition on the staff and management dispute at the school. But because they were not expected, they were prohibited to be in the ministry's premises. Luckily, the Minister of Education, Honorable Owen Ngumalo, came at the right time and asked to talk to the student representative, which was represented by the president of SRC, Andile Lawson, who explained their grievances.
Esikolweni kunetinkinga letikhona internally. Tinkinga letitsinza ema staff na management.
Lawson says the staff and management disputes distract their progress as they were supposed to write their exams, and because of this, the exams are on standby. The Minister of Education, Honorable Owen Ngumalo, says he was not aware of this.
Sekutafuna kusasa vele ngithole le board ingibrief lokuthi kwendekani yini lenta ukuthi lama lecturers angakhoni eklasini.
Umalo says he will get to it immediately by tomorrow. He will meet with the board of the Christian University to discuss this issue and other pending issues which might contribute to this. When this report was compiled, the principal secretary at the Ministry of Education was in a meeting with the Christian University board. Reporting is Satabile Mamba, Winpendulo Kumbi in Babane.
The Eswatini Higher Education Council, ESHEC, says Eswatini continues to face a serious challenge of skills mismatching, which is the council is working on addressing. This was said by ESHEC Acting Chief Executive Officer Dr. Ngamsile Motse during a capacity building workshop for local higher education institutions.
The Eswatini Higher Education Council, ESHEC, hosted a capacity building workshop for higher education institutions in the country. Speaking during the event, ESHEC Acting Chief Executive Officer Dr. Ngamsile Motse said Eswatini continues to face a serious challenge of skills mismatching, where graduates' qualifications do not fully meet the demands of the labor market.
Lokukakhulu is the skills mismatches and a skills gap. Another thing lesi engage ngayo ema institutions namuhla ngema entry requirements bumcoka bawo kuthi kumcoka kangakanani kwekuthi ungene lapho uvunyelwa khona ngema credits akho. Another thing lesikhulumisile namuhla i-academic integrity kwekuthi kudzingeke ngani kwekuthi as higher education institutions sikhulume ngema students efu kwekuthi phela kukhona ema ethics lekufuna guide kufundza kwethu in our higher education institutions.
Speaking on behalf of the institution, Ngwane Teachers Training College lecturer Vincent Gunene said this workshop seeks to strengthen institutional capacity and align higher education with national priorities.
Sinathi tinhlelo tethu sitimise ngalendlela yokuthi laba lesibakhicitako sikhicita abantu labatsingakalako. Lapho batawufike basebenze khona babambe lichaza lelibonakalako.
The National Skills Anticipation Study by ESHEC says total employment is projected to grow by 12.2% over a period of 12 years. Reporting Samgalsiwe Koza and Satabile Mamba Manzini.
The Disaster Management Agency, NDMA, is encouraging Eswatini to prepare as the summer rains are approaching. This follows that the majority of people who are disaster-stricken are usually ignorant in preparing themselves and structures they live in. The CEO at NDMA, Victor Matlalela, asked the nation to help the agency in preparedness.
The Chief Executive Officer at the NDMA, Victor Matlalela, says the agency cannot assist those who need assistance in terms of preparing because they have limited resources.
Going into the summer season that we are coming into, we understand that normally due to climate change and all the impacts of climate change, we have now erratic rainfalls, we have flood events, we have cyclone events, we have lightning, we have all these hazards are happening at the same time within the same season. So we would like to encourage the citizens of Eswatini to ensure that they are prepared for this by making sure that they retrofit their structures at household level to make sure that they withstand the pressure that was going to come with the summer season. The resources that we always get from government and the development partners to attend to different disaster incidences that we have will never be enough to address all the problems. So Eswatini should not fold their arms and wait for NDMA or wait for government to assist. But we are encouraging Eswatini to make sure that they do something prior to the event. So we need to invest in preparedness and invest in prevention before the event.
The NDMA, in efforts to provide timely disaster predictions, they update the nation to give awareness. NDMA also applauds Eswatini for adhering to precautions put in place during windy days in terms of burning. Reporting is Sethabile Mamba, Samgelisiwe Khoza, Leleti Mhlanga in Babane.
Now, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security says with support from development partners like the African Development Bank, it is strengthening apprentice training programs. This was said by the Director of the Directorate of Industrial and Vocational Training, Ernest Smelane.
Having around 250 apprentices who are in training, and the uptake rate is around 90 to 95%, which gives them a high opportunity of employment. So after seeing that this is a very good effort, then we are making all efforts to upscale to make sure that we have more of them in the companies. As we are speaking right now, a few weeks ago, we have enrolled more than 50 apprentices at Mpangeni Dam, courtesy of ADP. And we're actually inviting many companies to say that let us put these youths in these employment sites so that they get an advantage of getting experience and getting exposure towards employment. We are also making efforts to increase the number of trade tests. As we are speaking this year, we have registered more than 1,700 youths for trade testing. And you know that even if you are going to be self-employed, you still need a certification so that you can be able to present when you're looking for funding to start your own job. But actually, it also helps to look for company employment because you need certification. So we think that these efforts will give the youth a lot of advantage in terms of gaining employment. We are also working with the Minister of Education to develop short programs that will allow the youths to accelerate early entrance to the economy.
The Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration Commission, that's CIMAC, is set to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, AIPA, to equip investors with essential knowledge of Eswatini's labour laws. This strategic partnership, comes in response to concerns raised by human resource professionals who noted that some investors may be unaware of the country's labour regulations. This issue came to light during a recent collective bargaining and negotiation skills workshop held at Happy Valley Hotel in Eswatini.
This is a genuine concern because some of them come with their own ways of doing things that are prevalent in their countries. What we are seeking to do as a commission is to get into a memorandum of understanding with APA so that when the investors come into the country and before they start operating, we can train them, induct them on the labor laws of the country.
Some human resources practitioners have raised concerns that their roles are often undermined, particularly in companies led by foreign investors who may not be fully aware of Eswatini's labor laws. They believe this lack of understanding sometimes prevents them from fully exercising their duties.
Uma baqashi banga-understanda i-role ya-HR naloko lokubhekekile ukuthi HR akweni bekuthi phela HR akasuye wemqashi. HR ubukele ama-interests emqashi nebhizinisi kanye netisebenzi ukuze lo msebenzi uchubeke kahle.
If the employer doesn't understand the role of HR, then obviously there's going to be a conflict within the employment environment, which is again then it affects the common law. Would see the employer une duty ukuthi ema-employees akhe abe aphatheke kahle.
Wonke umuntu mhlambe lo uta event la kangwane la ngabe athi ufuna ukuvula ibhizinisi or anything nje lengenda ukuthi kumbe aqashe bantu akube khona le manual la kumele ayilandzele.
In addition, CIMAC officials have encouraged companies to reach out for clarity on any labor-related issues, stressing that the Commission is always available to offer guidance and support. Reporting, Nelson Langamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Ezulwini.
Right, let's segue into the world of business where we take a look at financial indicators. They'll give us a sense of how our markets performed today in the Up Next financial report.
Standard Bank.
Welcome back in our sports news. The Prime Minister, His Excellency Russell Dlamini, has handed over the King's baton relay to the Republic of Malawi.
My name is Russell Dlamini, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini. I have the honor to present this baton to the Republic of Malawi.
Present during the farewells of the King's Baton Relay was the leadership of the Eswatini Olympics and Commonwealth Games Association, led by its president, Adam Pomba Mthethwa, who had this to say.
Each country had to design a baton and celebrate with some sort of activities. And today we had the honor of the Right Honorable Prime Minister passing over the baton to Malawi.
Also present were the British High Commissioner to Eswatini, Colin Wells, the Minister of Sport, Honorable Bongan Zima, senior officials from the Ministry of Sport, and other ministry representatives who were part of the event. The King's Baton Relay, which had arrived in the country from Ghana, is now heading to Malawi. The 2026 Commonwealth Games will be held in the city of Glasgow, Scotland. Reporting, I'm Linda Dlamini with Spio Dlamini, Mbabane.
Right, so that's how we come to the home stretch of the news at 10 here at Eswatini TV. Before we go, a quick reminder of news making headlines tonight. His Majesty King Mswati III is in Japan, where he will join other leaders at the 9th International Conference on African Development, that's TICAD 9. On behalf of government and the nation, the Prime Minister Russell Dlamini has congratulated His Majesty King Mswati III for being elected as the Deputy Chairperson of the SADC Troika organ. And in sports news, the Prime Minister Russell Dlamini has handed over the King's baton relay to the Republic of Malawi. Right, and just like that, on this Tuesday edition, we've come to the conclusion of the news at 10 at Eswatini TV. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. Up next, we cross over to the weather center for a detailed weather report from us and the team at Eswatini TV. For now, it is good night and God bless.
Lalela ngikutshele tindzaba letiphuma enkosini. Uthoka ndaba, tinfombi, imbali yemaswati ayiphelele esigodlweni elidzidzini mhla titimbili enyonini. Titawufike tibhalise ngalelo langa. Mhla tintsatfu tiyaphuma, mhla titine tiyageca, mhla tisihlanu tiyabuya, mhla tisithupha tiyaphumula, mhla tisikhombisa tiyacitsa, mhla tisiphohlongo enyonini tiyagidza. Imiyalo etikhulwini nguleso naleso sikhulu kubheke kokuthi sikhiphe emajaha lamane nabomake lababili kude kokuthi nakukhona longaphilwa lomunye webamfana lawo lamabili emajaha akhone kubikela labafanele nekuthi lo mfana noma sekafakwe esibhedlela bakhone kubikela abatali emakhaya. Boba betikhulu bantfu abenkosi lababuke imimango kubhekekile kokuthi bayale imbali nemajaha kanye nabomake nabaphuma emphakathini. Nawe emajaha ayati ukuthi tinfombi tilala todwa nalabaduna balala bodwa. Boba betikhulu bayakhunjuta kokuthi bangakhiphi bantfwana labancane ngenxa yekweswelakala kwemhlanga edvutane